So let's make the Chunky Monkey overnight oats from the high protein breakfast ebook. So it starts with half a banana and 1/3 of a cup of oats, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, flax seeds, and then 1/3, 3/4 of a cup of water. Don't worry, I'll put all of the amounts in the caption since I keep saying them incorrectly. And then we want 2 scoops of chocolate protein. Depending on the protein, it might be 1 scoop for you. It's 25 grams. I really enjoy the New Zest rich chocolate flavor, this one here. And I do have a 15% discount code that I will put in the caption as well. And that is basically everything. You put all the ingredients into a blender. We're gonna blend this up and we're gonna pour it into a meal prep container. That's all blended. We're just gonna pour it all into whatever meal prep container you wanna keep it in. We're just gonna refrigerate this until it's nice and thick, and then we're gonna top it with peanut butter and chocolate. So we've let this sit overnight and now it's super thick. You can tell it doesn't move around at all. It's like a big, thick, chocolatey pudding. It's super nice. So now to top it off, we're gonna do a little bit of water in here and I'm gonna use peanut butter powder. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of the peanut butter powder into, I've got half a tablespoon of water in here. Just a little bit more. And then you're just gonna mix it up. So I just added a touch more water. It's gonna give that a nice little stir. You can basically add water until you have a consistency that you like. I might add even a touch more just to get it like runny so that you can pour it over the oats, just so that you don't have to spread it. I'm gonna do a touch more just to make it easy to pour. So the reason we use a peanut butter powder versus a regular peanut butter is peanut butter powder is very similar to protein powder. It's defatted peanuts, which makes it so there's little to no fat, makes it lower in calories, but it retains all of the protein, the natural protein that you'd get from peanuts. So instead of a tablespoon of peanut butter being 100 calories and about 4 grams of protein, you get a tablespoon for 60 calories, and I think it's about 6 grams of protein. So you could obviously substitute regular peanut butter if you liked, but that's totally up to you. We're just gonna add that to the top of this. Make sure you get all the good stuff. And then instead of using the spoon, because you might end up hitting the chocolate, you can kind of just tilt it, getting it to cover everywhere. If you use the spoon, you might end up just kind of pulling up some of the oats from underneath, which obviously is totally fine, but to make it the most aesthetic, I'm gonna do it like that. And then now we're just gonna take some dark chocolate, 3 squares, and we're gonna melt it, and then we're gonna top that in there. I like using the Zazouine chocolate. I really like their super dark Panama specifically for recipes like this, but any of their chocolate is really, really good. They have a lot of vegan chocolate, like 90% of their line is vegan, and they use real cacao, and they're tested for heavy metals and all those types of things. Chocolate melted, and now I'm just gonna drizzle that over the top and kind of get cool with it. And then if you want to make it extra pretty, you can just take the back of your spoon and kind of run it through like that, kind of creating some patterns. I probably added a little too much chocolate, but you get the point. And then I like to add sea salt on top of anything sweet, anything with chocolate. Add a bit of sea salt. And we're just gonna put that back in the fridge and let it firm up the chocolate, and then it'll be ready to eat. It's just been about 1 to 2 minutes and the chocolate has hardened. It hardens really, really quickly because the oats are already super cold, and as soon as that chocolate hits that cold, it really firms up quickly. So that is what it looks like in the end. Super luxurious breakfast in the morning. if you are making this for yourself and you don't care about all the aesthetics of having all three of these layers having their own separate divide, you can absolutely just make the oats in the blender, pour everything inside, top it with the peanut butter, top it with the chocolate, put some lids on it, put it in the fridge, and you're good to go. Obviously, we took some extra steps to make it a little more aesthetically pleasing, but if you're just doing this for meal prep, you're not putting it on Instagram or on YouTube, then by all means, skip those extra steps. The flavor will obviously be the same. And that is the Chunky Monkey Oats from the High Protein Vegan ebook.